expression. Never neglecting how you feel. Reggie's expression. This is Reggie's expression. This is Reggie's expression.
What's up, y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and apologize now because the audio may sound horrible, and for that I apologize. I am doing a podcast on location. Well, not really, but I'm driving today. Carlos left his bag that typically, he left his bag that has his shoes for work there, and I have to go take it to him. He's already late because I left my wallet in his car. I left it in his car yesterday just because I didn't carry it with me because we went to the beach, which I'm going to talk about here in a moment, and he had to bring it back. I was still in bed, so yeah. So I was appreciative that he brought it back. And then that put him late. And then he get all the way there and he didn't have his shoes. It happens to the best of us. Me, I work from home. So which this week I actually have to go to the office on Wednesday. I work from home. So I use I don't really have that issue. I don't really have a start time either. I can go in the latest I can go in though is 9:00. The earliest I can go in is 7. So as long as I do 8 hours, it's all that matters. But anyway, enough about that. How you guys doing? I appreciate everybody that downloaded the episode and listened. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a fun episode for me. And yeah, we got an opportunity to celebrate, still celebrating the 10-year anniversary. I wish you guys were able to see visually what's going on. I don't have the pictures, but we did actually get pictures. We took some pictures at the beginning of July. It was the first weekend in July, we took pictures, and it was a really good photo shoot. This is not a paid endorsement at all. It's Rebecca Rose Fine Portraits here in the Central Florida area in Maitland. She was doing this contest. She was looking for couples or family members, which I think is something that she does as a promotion. And, I entered myself and Carlos, and they called me back and said that I was selected. So I was very excited about that. I had a $250 sitting fee that I had to pay that was supposed to be refundable as long as I didn't cancel my original appointment. We couldn't make it because it was on a Friday. Carlos was getting off work. I scheduled it for 6:30. His schedule changed. It was a lot going on that week that we couldn't do it. So I end up losing the $250, which is incensing. But the $250 that was paid for as the sitting fee, that actually went towards some of the purchase, because these are fine photos. These are like top dollar, top quality photos. So they're not the run of the mill digital ones over at Walgreens or CVS. These are actual photos. My recommendation, go look her up if you so choose, and you will see her work. She has over 360 something or 355, I don't know, 5-star, like 355 5-star reviews on her Google page. So they know what they're doing. So it was a very good experience. They gave us some sparkling grape juice and basically just talked to us and, got to know us a little bit. Their thing is to, like the prior call before the session, we, sat down, told them what our color schemes are in the rooms that we were going to put them in. And, they wanted to know where we were going to put it and, what kind of couple we were, what kind of photos we wanted to take. And then after that, they kind of did the same thing at the actual session. Once the session was done, they scheduled an appointment for us to be able to sit down and choose photos. So we ended up getting 3 portraits, 2 that were digitally. They're on my Facebook. So if you want to go look at the pictures, go to Facebook. I'll give you all the social media stuff later. It's also on TikTok as well. So I'll give you all the social media stuff later so you guys can go look it up for context and, tell me what you think. But it was 3 photos, one free gift because they did give us a free gift for taking the pictures, and also in exchange for us being able to, well, the social media part, I don't think was anything to do with it, but I think that they took that as an opportunity. They asked us if we were okay with them being on social media, and we're okay. Anytime Carlos and I can get the opportunity to display our love, publicly, is something that we enjoy doing. So, we did say yes. So, but yeah, the 250 that we paid for the sitting fee. So I guess you can say it wasn't like really like super free. Well, not super free. It wasn't like drawing, but I knew that going in. I was disappointed because I wanted the 250 back, but I don't spend money that I don't intend to use. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I wouldn't have spent the 250 if I didn't have it. That's the best way to say it. I would have had to been like, no, but it's fine. But 2 of the photos, it was 2 of us, well, us individually sitting in chairs. And then the one of us, you guys will get a chance to see that. I'll have to reveal it at some point once we do get it in. But we had to pay for the shipping, which the shipping was like, I think it was like $50 for the shipping, for them to ship the picture, and the taxes from, cause the 250 that they had was just 250. It didn't include the taxes that they charged. So yeah, that was fun. It was a good experience. The shots are great. They look great. And people on social media have been raving about it. We posted it on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So, yeah, a lot of people are loving it. And, we're grateful. Carlos and I are very connected in a lot of ways when it comes to our relationship. And I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to, I don't know, to love a man like him. I'm going to pause for just 1 second. Yeah, all right, I'm back. So, but yeah, it was great. It was a great experience. And so that was like a commemoration of our 10-year anniversary. I know a lot of people have issues. Well, maybe they don't have issues, but they talk about us and the fact that we have so many different anniversaries. I'm not going to go over the process of explaining. If you want to know, look at the previous or listen to the previous episode. But, it's a monument to us. You know what I'm saying? To have had, this is the longest relationship that both of us ever had. So that yesterday we went to the beach. Fort DeSoto is an amazing, it's a beach that's in the Gulf of Mexico, over in the Tampa side of things. It's about 2 hours away from Orlando. And the very first time that we went, it was nice. I love the temperature of the water. I'm not a cold person when it comes to water. I like it cold, but I don't like it cold. I don't like my water. Like I love it cold to drink, but I don't like dipping my body in coldness. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fun thing for me. So when I went there and I realized how warm that water was, I was just like, oh my God, I can go to this beach every weekend if that's the case. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a beach person. Firstly, I hate sand. Secondly, I don't know how to swim, so I'm very uncomfortable with, getting pretty far out there. The water area, or the beach area, it seems pretty even. It just, the floor, it doesn't like drop out, which that's what I'm afraid of, and I know I'll panic if I were to go out deeper into the abyss, if you will. But so we stay kind of close enough. I just don't want a situation where I end up slipping. But anyway, the water was super warm. It was probably about a good 70 degrees, which is warm, very warm. I mean, typically, beach waters are about, 55, 60 degrees, and that's cold. So, to have, it felt like not quite like a sauna, but it was just as somebody, like as warm as water could possibly would be, lukewarm maybe. And, we did a couple hours a couple weeks ago. I think that was the same. No, it was the weekend after. So it's the 8th that we went. And Carlos and I made a decision that, since he's off on weekends now, he's off on, Saturdays, that we will go, to some of the local spots in the area, like local beaches and springs. We were supposed to go to Jenny Springs. We didn't go to Jenny Springs because it's a cold water spring, and that might have impeded on our overall experience. I think it's 2 hours away as well. So, we didn't end up going to Jenny Spring. We were also going to go to Devil's Den, but uh, Devil's Den, you have to have snorkeling gear. I can't swim, so that's not an option. You can't just go down there and just dip your feet in it. No, you have to have your snorkels. You have to rent it. You do have to have your fins and your snorkel gear. So, with the goggles, I mean, and they provide the rest. And it's just like, that's not an experience that I'm willing to do. I don't know how to breathe with those things. So we didn't do it. Yeah, that was fun. It was, enjoyable. And then we took our niece. She goes back to work full time next Saturday. So yeah, it was her last hurrah. She got her little bathing suit. She was very, very shy, which is surprising to me. She was very shy. The reason why it's surprising because her personality, she's not really a shy person. She's slow to come around to you if she doesn't know you, and that's normal, I think. But she was very shy. I was like, all right, girl. But she, very modest person. She's not like for the attention or anything. So, but yeah, she had fun. Carlos had fun. We got back here probably close to about 7 o'clock. Laid it on down. I'm to be honest, because I didn't get a chance to take a nap. Carlos wanted to take a 25-minute nap. I was like, I can't. My body was up, so I ended up shopping for groceries on Walmart.com, and then we ended up you know being on the couch. We were watching something. I don't remember. I was asleep half of the time. Oh, I left Carlos to sleep a little bit longer. He woke up at about 9, and when he came downstairs, I fell asleep. So that's pretty much how that went. But yeah, it was good. It was a good time. We enjoyed ourselves as we always do. And, the perks of living in Florida is the advantage of us having the beaches and everything at our disposal. So I have to find a new spot for next week. I have a little bit over a week to go, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. What else is going on? Let me see. Right. So, yeah, driving in the car, trying to get to Carlos's job, trying to have fun, trying to have fun. I don't have anything planned for the day. Sundays, I typically I make no choices and let the day take me wherever it's going to go. I don't need to wash my car. Maybe I will. I have a membership where I can go weekly, go pretty much as many times as I want to. It did rain last week, so I might end up going and do that to get that done. And then I'll just be chilling at the house and waiting until Carlos gets home. His day started off with a bang with him leaving his stuff at the house. Yeah, just turned his day around. That's unfortunate. So yeah, what else do I got going on? There was something I wanted to talk about when it comes to social media. I've been noticing a lot lately, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not completely versed about what's going on in terms of, the entire situation and who these people actually are. But there's been a lot of discourse about parasocial relationships. Parasocial relationships happen when like an online persona, connects with their audience, and their audience feel like, oh, they're my friend. And, because they share personal stuff. Some of you guys might have created parasocial relationships with me in what I do, but you don't really know them. You don't know the people that you see online, only the persona that they've made. And saying that, there's been a lot of like conversation around, influencers, that word being thrown around, who is considered an influencer, what influencers' responsibilities are when it comes to, their audience and, how their audience decides to activate themselves. I go on TikTok sometimes, for the drama aspect of it. And there's this guy named Yuval the Terrible and Ayame, which is a beautiful, beautiful biracial or, black woman who I think it's her beauty, not to say the least about her as a person. She's just quirky and funny. And then she's beautiful on top of that. There was discourse about them and their relationship and how it became weird because they were monetizing their relationship or their meeting in a way to, gain money for a situation that was connected to Gaza, Palestine, and all that other stuff. And I haven't made a stance on that myself, sidebar, but I am a person who I don't know, no genocide here. I don't support it. I don't support, the situation that's happening in Palestine. And, I think it's atrocious. And, me as a black person, knowing the roots of where black people came from, I can imagine, I can't imagine this happening in 2024 and the magnitude in which it's happening and no one doing anything about it, and I'm not very versed about the situation enough to go into detail, but I support humans being human. I support people being able to live and, not being oppressed, from a very basic sense of my people, my black folks here in America being oppressed. So I am not for, what's happening in Palestine at all. And, that going to be very clear about that if anyone was wondering. So anyway, they created this thing. I think there was a lot more talks than what people understood there to be, and people were upset because they thought that it was real. And it, there's an element of it that was real, but for the most part, it wasn't, simply because there was a lot of like behind the scenes that made it happen. Well, his name is Yuval the Terrible on TikTok. And he's this guy that does this commentary. He does a lot of like, linguistic videos talking about the human condition, speaking about, more specifically the stuff that's happening in Palestine. And, he's a very, very articulate and smart Jewish man who, people love him because they learn stuff from him. And, social media should also be about learning too. And anyway, in this particular instance, he is not doing so well because he says some stuff about the Holocaust and, going back and forth with the black content creator, Swan. Long story short, it just created this discussion. And now what's happening with Cody Ko, where people are feeling like they have to take a stand and comment on situations that really don't have anything to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Like Yuval's friend, Christian Divine. And I'm speaking very meta at this point. Like, I know a lot of this might be going over people's heads, and I understand that. But the ultimate point that I'm trying to talk about is, it's very difficult to create a relationship with someone that you don't really know that well. And when people happen to, have these missteps and they make a mistake, that becomes a reckoning among a lot of folks to say, that's how they truly feel and that's who they really are. When in actuality, it was just a moment, of lapse of judgment. It's not anything regarding something that will, tarnish someone's entire character. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that the criticism that was given to Yuval in the particular situation about the Holocaust stuff was not valid. Like, I'm not abstaining him for the responsibility behind, being able to choose your words, especially if you're someone who curates your content in the way that this gentleman does. I'm not abstaining him from that. I think the criticism has been valid because his words were very hurtful. Basically, he equated the, slave trade, to the Holocaust and, had some anti-black rhetoric that was going on that he was rightfully so called out for. And long story short, that discord has created, this conversation in terms of, parasocial relationships and when is it time for other people to have to stand out and speak up for themselves. I was just listening to a video including Jarvis Johnson. I actually like Jarvis Johnson. He's a person that I acknowledge that he's a young person and he's very knowledgeable in what he does and entertaining and all that fun stuff. And, I learned more about the situation, regarding like people feeling like they have to stand on it. But I learned about the Cody Ko situation from D'Angelo Wallace, who is a gentleman that does a very good job of doing investigative journalist kind of videos, on pop culture, social media, and, scandals that might just be specific to, the YouTube platform or, the specific platform, Reddits and things of that nature, that they come from. So shout out to those two. And I watched a little bit of Hassan's video. I don't know him that well. I just know him through Jarvis. And, I saw the video of him reacting to D'Angelo's video. And there's a lot of things that are there's an ugly ass. I wish you guys could see it. I hate these cars, but a Tesla truck, to me, it's just a blatant display of your money. You know what I'm saying? You want people to think and know that you got money. And I think that's kind of the status of people getting Teslas, because I don't know if they're, the best vehicles there are. And it seems like there's an abundance of, those Tesla vehicles out. But I don't really ever hear people talk about the quality of those vehicles. But I'm also not in that world, so it's probably something that's on over my head. So, yeah. So, yeah, so that's it. Parasocial relationships and, the relationships that we create online definitely need to be dissected. And if you find yourself in a space where you're feeling like you are deeply invested in a person or thing that, really, that really doesn't have anything to do with you, or you feel too strongly about something in a situation that doesn't directly impact you because of the person that's involved being someone that you like or you dislike on social media, you should probably consider that to not be a valid critique or criticism. I see a lot of hate online among, it's really the creators' audiences, because I don't ever hear the creators talk about, telling people to go and be mean to other people's comment section. But it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And it's just a weird space. It just makes the internet weird. I was saying this to my friend, I was like, man, social media is not weird. Social media is not real. It ain't a real place. Like, let's be honest here. I'm actually at the place there. Don't let me see. I'm in the green section. Okay. All right. I'm here. I got a big up loose. There's somebody behind me. Yeah, they brought this pickup area here in Orlando. It's definitely convenient if you're dropping somebody off. A lot of Uber, because we used to. Is that the green one? Okay. We use a lot of I see him. We used to have to go through traffic, and it was a nightmare trying to. Come on, you need me to get out? All right. Hold on, y'all. Like that. Just 8 more hours. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Quietness there for a second. I had to go give Carlos his bag. I actually had to get out of the car. So that was interesting. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. All right. So, we have to, look at our content sometimes when we're online and understand and know that, there's more to it than what we happen to see. And I didn't even finish my thought about the the drop off stuff, but it's fine. If you're in Orlando and you've done the drop off section, you know what it is. So, yep, my husband works at Universal. So, yeah. But you just have to be really careful with the content you curate. The way the algorithm, I always have a problem saying that word, algorithm works. There's a lot of rage baiting that happens when it comes to the content that you connect to on social media. So you'll find yourself, if you hate a particular, piece of content, you'll notice that it'll be more active in your feed than you're just kind of rage scrolling, and that's not good. That's not healthy. And I'm not saying that social media isn't, a valuable place to get your information. I just think that sometimes, for us, bullying our favorite content creators to saying things that they may not know very much about, or, people, there's this saying, silence is golden. Silence is what speaks volumes about what's happening. And reality of it is people just trying to process what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And, I might not be able to articulate how I feel about something. And it doesn't mean that I stand for it. And I feel that exact same way about the situation that I just mentioned about Palestine. I've been inactive in saying something. Not that I have a social media presence or anything like that. I just been inactive because it's a lot of stuff that you have to learn. And I think for me, when it comes to the support of Palestine, it's very basic. Like I support people being able to be, the best people. And I don't support genocide. I don't support people being, killed for no reason. I don't support any of that. So I don't support kids being killed. None of that. So it's an easy stance for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything that takes that much of a decision. So that's where I'm at with that. But that's pretty much all I got, y'all. I ain't gonna keep at this point. I'm rambling. Appreciate you guys listening. Thank you so much. I love all the support. You can support your boy if you want to give a few coins, or you got a little extra, to donate. You can donate at $ RLSG 1980, and that's on Cash App. If you want to go to social media to take a look at those pictures, you can go to TikTok, Reggie's Expressions, REGGEES Expressions. So all one word on TikTok. On Facebook, it is RL Socorro Garner, and that is AREEL space EL space Socorro dash Garner. Then that's SOCORRO hyphen GARNER. And then on the Insta of the grams, it is Reggie's underscore expressions. And on Instagram, it is ARE underscore EL underscore Socorro Garner. So go check your boy out. I appreciate all the love and support. Don't forget to share. I would love to see comments and just continue the conversation going. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk soon. Bye.